Oh, oops, hold on. There we go. Alright. Hello, welcome in. It is, I guess technically it's still morning, but it's basically afternoon. We're gonna call it afternoon. Alright, there we go. You should be on loop. Okay. Very nice. Hello. I guess that we can record this. I don't know what my file space is like. I don't know if I'm actually gonna, like, allegedly this stuff is going on YouTube, but yeah, allegedly this is going on YouTube, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna get around to editing it at all, so we'll see. And also, I don't think that you can have music on YouTube at all. YouTube is really anal about that. But anyway, we are playing some Space Engineers. Whoops, I forgot to turn my music back off. There we go. We're gonna do some engineering this morning, and then we're going to do some elite tonight. And I don't know if the camera is a better addition or not. Let me see if, yeah, that's a terrible spot for it. Un momento, chat. I kind of half-assed threw this together this morning, because, I don't know. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I didn't really check anything, so. There we go. Nothing up there. Much better. Okay, let me make sure all my, notification things are up, because, yeah, you need to be here. You need to be here. You need to be here. Okay. Here we go. I figure this will probably be a little bit more chilled out than it normally is. Because I'm not doing any kind of like story or anything. I just want to hang out and build for a little bit. Alright, so I think that we need to prioritize our storage facility here, which is the only thing that's going to stay constant. Drill room is going to stay constant. We're going to build a doom hole here, basically. The goal here, I just want to get as much raw material as possible in the shortest amount of time. These are gonna extend downwards at some point. Hey, here's my anger hole right here. Okay. And we have our power. Very good. This is not going to be... This is not going to be a permanent area right here, I don't think. Although maybe you could argue... Yeah. I don't remember what my plan for this initially was. But what we are going to do with it now is... I need an engineer. I need a refinery area over here. Let's go ahead and extend this out. So what is this? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. Whoops. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's going to be much longer than that. That's fine. And also this is too close, so we have to extend this out a ways. Yeah. Although I think technically these drills only go 1 each. Like, they don't extend out, they go like 1.5 blocks, so it'd probably be fine, but I think we want walkway space on the edge so that we can service the drills at a later date. Because my current plan, I'm not smart enough to actually like do this correctly. Right? So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna have them like this, and we're eventually, whenever these pistons run out, we're gonna raise them back up, drill it, get rid of all of these, and reattach more pistons, add more piston length. And we're gonna do that until I eventually get tired of doing that and make a better way to do it. Sooner or later we can make this self-replicating, but we're not there yet. So what is it, 2 outside? Like 2 blocks away, so then from the end of this would be 2 blocks. That's correct. Okay. I want my ratios to be the same. Even though, annoyingly, I think I'm gonna have to dig a trench here. Get these to work. Did I not gravity align this? Yeah, I could have sworn this was gravity aligned. I think it is, right? Okay. I'm pretty sure this is gravity aligned, so I don't know why it's not. I guess the ground slopes a little there, which is fine. Okay. If I did this right, this should end up correct. This is fine. This is fine. I'm sure that won't cause any problems. Okay. So then that should line up right there. You know, we probably should mine that down, but oh, fine. We'll do this right. Okay. Doesn't matter because there's going to be a floor here. I just don't want grass coming through it if we can help it. Although I think that once we weld these up, it'll be fine, but you know, the outside area here does need to be somewhat level, because it's not actually going to get touched by the drills. So come on. Okay, shouldn't need that. That should be fine. And then this area right here, it should be fine to be flat. So we actually need to go a little outside, I think, for the wall here, right? No, we don't, because that should be fine right there, right? So basically, I'm gonna make like a little walkway around here, where we can get to the drills a little easier. Yeah, should be fine. So this can be the wall here. And we are going to need the welder for this probably, but we are actually going to weld anything up except for the drills. So Oh, I guess we should probably make it. Nah, we don't need it that. We don't need it that tall. We're gonna do what? How far? How tall is a refinery? Let's go like. Well, we could double stack these if we want. That could be kind of fun. Because the industrial one has a walkway, so we can. Yeah, we don't need assemblers here either. We just need refineries. So let's go double that. And I suppose we might as well make it the same all the way across. So then, yeah. We're gonna need a lot more power generation as well. Do we want to make this, we want to make it a long room, I assume, because we're not gonna be able to make it square. So, let's see. So a refinery, if I put a refinery along this wall here, let's say, right? Fine, game. Do it your way. I put a refinery right here along this wall, right? And we're gonna double stack these.
Energy low.
Yeah, we probably should recharge that. I need a real medical bay. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that before we get to a different, at least a different planet. Probably we can find silver in asteroids. Silver on the planet is kind of a non-existent, so we only had enough for the we have enough for like 2 or 3 of those little survival kits. All right, so like that, right? We double stack them, and we can connect them somehow through like a staircase in the middle or something. Yeah, might as well. And then we have this little area on the top we can use for, like, I don't know. We'll put something up here. Or maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with that. I don't think that we necessarily want them to be like that. How do they work together? Like, can we, do we put them back to back? How does it, because we could just put them down the center. Like that. No, that looks dumb. Oh, we wanna module these, don't we? Yeah, so we want to move them back out one. So that's fine. We'll build that out later. I just wanted to, like, an analog for how tall the room's gonna be. So definitely want them out one. So let's just say, for reference, we'll put run right there. We're not actually going to put these here. I just want references for how big to make the room, right? So obviously we're going to double them up. Which means, actually, this might be a good width right here. Because they're only a 4x. So put them right here. We get like a little tiny walkway in the center. I don't know how detailed we want to get with this. I kind of just want to slap this together. So like that. Oh, but they need to be one out. So it would be This will all make sense here in a little bit. I promise. So it'll be like that. That's a little claustrophobic. But maybe claustrophobia is good in this case? No, it isn't. One more. Right. So we put them one out, like that. Whoops. Put them one out, so they're like this. Whoops. That's two out. That was mildly terrifying. I forgot that one was up there. Okay. Good thing the physics don't update very fast. So then, in theory, we have a little walkway in the center, right? Like that. Side to side like that. And probably a walkway across here. And across here. I think that'll work. Should we double this as a storage facility, or should we just do refineries all the way across? Because the amount of stone that we're gonna have to refine is ridiculous. So I really don't think that filling, like, if we fill this entire area here with refineries, I don't think that'll be too many. I think that'll be about right. Power generation is going to be a problem as well. So just out of curiosity, the only thing that we can actually do is turbines, because we can't do reactors yet. We can do turbines, we could do hydrogen engines and solar panels, but only during the day. So I think we're just going to have to build a giant turbine farm. And maybe supplement with solar panels. But even the problem with solar panels on planets is that they're just not that effective. They're much better out in space. Especially in an area like this, because I feel like we're in a valley, kind of, so there's just too many shadows. Alright. So I guess we might as well have to dig it out because of the way it slopes here. Don't explode. Okay. It's fine. Well, I guess that was unnecessary right there. It's fine. We're just making a moat. It's fine. We are taking a little detour into the world of medieval engineers, which is a reference that most of you are probably not going to get. Let's be honest. Nobody played that game. At all. I didn't even play that game. Which is a shame, because it was a really cool game, but they didn't really have any features. They never really, like, got it to a point where it was playable. They kind of just gave up on it a little bit. Alright. At some point, by the way, I am going to have to do a series on the actual, like, the quick start mission, because it's actually pretty sick. I explored that a little bit. That's part of why stream was delayed, was because I was like, oh, quick start, what's this? That's new. And I went through and I did, like, the first mission or whatever in there, and it's pretty cool. It might be worth it. I prefer my story, personally. or what little semblance of a story that there is, because it gives me a little more freedom. But, you know, it's not very well written, but it is very well built, if that makes any sense. The one that they put in the game. Very cool. Alright, so this whole area right here is going to be refineries, I think. I think we fill this with refineries. Maybe the other side we fill with storage. Or, we could try to make we could do storage outside without putting it in a room. Like, we could just put giant cargo containers. I don't know if we can make that look good, though. We'll see. Alright. I'm kind of trying to get past this point where we're doing, this. I want to move to where we can just, like, have a blueprint or something. Well, not really a blueprint. But, you know, like, I want to move past where we have to sit here and weld all this stuff up by hand. I want to just have all the resources, and we just, like, run it through run through a projector. Or we put a weld chip up or something. And weld it as we go. To be honest, I'm really kind of sick of building structures. I want to build ships. I don't like structures. Structures are cool. They have their place, but they're a lot harder to weld than ships are. I want to get into space and get a shipyard going. It's so much easier to build stuff in space than it is on the planets. I mean, I guess this kind of makes sense right here, so we might leave these two where they are as the starters. I do have to... Maybe we'll run the conveyors up the top. Rather than through the bottom like we do on the other one. And they should connect to each other, I think, right? So we really only need to do this on a couple of them. Power generation is going to be a huge issue. We may have to make an entire room dedicated to power generation. As an alternative, we could run through this wall here. But I'd rather kind of tuck it away where you don't see it at all. And I wish that walkway went through. That would be so much cooler. I don't envision actually going into this area very often. So, I don't see that we're actually going to need a whole lot of these walkways, but, you know, just in case. I always like to make everything accessible without a jetpack, so... I wish I was a little better at integrating these, the walkways on these refineries, but they just don't, like, they don't fit anywhere. The top one does, but the bottom, or the middle one just doesn't really go anywhere. You know? Like, because it gets blocked off. I'm running out of hydrogen here. Alright. So there's that. Might be worth breaking out the weld chip for the top ones, at least. Right, but do you see what I'm saying with the, like, this walkway here? This is completely pointless. So this one here, you can get side to side, right? You can go all the way down here, and that's sick. I like that. But this secondary level, right here, goes nowhere. It's just kind of like a stairway kind of thing. It's interesting, I guess. I just wish it went all the way through, because then you could have multiple different levels and integrate it a little better into your base. But, you know, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so the conveyors, I guess we should probably go ahead and weld these up, because that's going to take a minute. We'll at least get one or two so we can see what they look like. I don't think we have enough materials for this, but if we can get one or two of them up, we can get one of the drills going and self-perpetuate. One or two of them in a conveyor system, so I think we should start with these two. What did we get? We got a bunch of shit I don't care about. I really should have just done one or two of them, to be honest. That's an interesting bug. For making that noise like that. That's, we find new and interesting ways to break the game almost every time we play. In almost every game we're in. It's an interesting thing. Okay, I don't need any of the rest of these. I only need these two. Alright, we're gonna start over. We're gonna go, and we got you, so I only need this one. Let's focus a little bit. Uh-oh. That might be a problem. I don't think we have any iron. I don't think we have that much iron. What do we need? 2,000? Oh, we got 4K. Alright. Never mind. It'll be fine as long as we don't, as long as we get one of these drills up and a conveyor system up, we should be fine. What is exploding? Interesting. Was that lightning maybe? And I was just not paying attention? Do I have any interior plate? I do, sweet. Okay. Convenient. Alright, these are all tied together. Let's tie it through the wall here. Like that. Oh, I can't sever this connector at all without, I was gonna tie it into this one here, but, alright, hang on. We're gonna build a temporary, scaffold here. This would be easier if it wasn't foggy. Okay, we're gonna build a temporary scaffolding here to hold these up. Let me just real quick, because I really don't want to redo those drills. All right. So, anytime it goes into a wall, we're gonna do that. Like a this. And suppose we might as well put a four-way right here, because I feel like we're gonna go across the other way. Okay, that'll be fine. And then let's get this welded up. Let me get some hydrogen first. Feel like we're gonna run out. My coaster came with the cup for some reason. Interesting. That's a problem. Anyway, problem for another time. It would help if I learned how to spell bottle. You need to not be in the generator. You need to be... I forget that I have to do this manually. Because I don't actually have any ice. Alright. So, go ahead and wire this up. And we are going to need storage. I'm trying to prioritize the stuff that we actually need to generate resources, because the earlier we get that up, the better off we are. That way we can use the base itself to generate what we need. I don't know how much, we don't have a ton of things like this. Like, we'll have, we only have like 4,000 iron right now, for example, and we're gonna need a lot more than that to complete this all the way. And rather than go mining, I would rather... Hey, thank you for the raid, man.
Nobody beats the Spanish Inquisition.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you, man. Welcome in. But anyway, rather than what am I trying to say? The raid threw me off a little bit. Rather than, I want to be able to use the base to generate resources to expand the base. You know what I mean? Because I don't like mining manually. I don't want to do it again. I want to push a button and get resources, and that's what this is designed to do. So, Raiders, this is what we're working on. This is a stone mining operation. I'm building large scale, but we're going to start small because I don't think I have the resources to actually build this large scale just yet. But I am planning for large scale. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to work down here. We're going to do one drill. We're going to do one piston set like that, and we're gonna start with that, right? That should get us enough stone. Once we have our cargo container, needs to be a priority as well. We need to figure out where we're gonna put that. Because even that one drill right there, that's gonna produce more than what the refinery can handle. And I want to make a proper sorting facility here as well. need more steel plates than that, so we might as well keep going. For those of you that missed it, also, this was one of the things we built last time. A little bit of a mobile base, and there's a hydrogen facility over there. We're trying to move our entire facility over to here and make it a little more permanent. That is the goal for this stream. It says all. I'm confused. Build planner, why are you drunk? Not even noon yet. Oh, I guess technically it is. But it is too early to be this drunk, build planner. You have a problem. Alright, there we go. So we need a place to store that. I'm going to go ahead and route our pipes over. So I'm going to say... Should we do this, there's a couple ways we can do this, right? We need an input and an output on the storage facility. So I want stone here first. Basically, I want a holding area for stone. We're gonna route it through here, and we're gonna output raw materials over to this side. But I can't make it. I have to be able to do it partially constructed, right? So I can't go ahead and do that right now. How about this? I can't have them be on the same system either. That is a problem, actually, because if I hook the sorters to the same system, they'll go in a loop. So maybe the easiest... Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This is the easiest way to do this. Alright. So we're gonna... First off, we're gonna route this over here. Like a DS. Where's my... I don't think I want a sorter there. So, we're gonna route it through the wall, right? We're gonna have a separate facility over here. Actually, wait, that's... Yeah, that needs to be further. Whoops. Okay. The end needs to be here. This will make a lot more sense once I have everything in, done. Because right now I don't have any walls set up. We're gonna not have enough steel plates for that, I don't think. Okay, so that needs to be there. That's our wall, right? We can go ahead and visualize that even though we can't weld it up. Right. Just make it a little easier. Okay, so that's where the wall is going to be, etc. That for now. That's where that's going to be. We need to run through there, and then this is where the complicated part comes in, right? I guess we should go ahead and build our, see, but I need to build my storage facility based around sorters. So how many, this is where things are gonna get complicated because I don't know how many cargo containers I need. Okay, so they're that big, right? So let's go with I don't know if we want to do the industrials or we want to do the regulars. I think we'll do the industrials. They look cooler. But I think that we want a base. So we want 2 generics right here, right? Let me go ahead and build our room a little bit. Oops. So we want our 2 generics. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this room that I did with the refineries, where you have a 2x walkway down the middle, so it's not as claustrophobic. So let's figure out how big these are first thing. These though can be up against the wall, so it's a little bit easier. Okay, so they're gonna be vertical like that. And I think we can stack 2. Oh, we might be able to stack 3, actually. Yeah, let's stack 3. Okay. So we'll do them like that. We'll have a 2x walkway. Bam. Like that. And then I think this room can be smaller because it's only a 3. Okay, so that's actually, that's perfect. I did this right. Because that's wall right there, right? Yeah, I think I did this exactly correctly. Sweet! First try. I'm good at this game. Keep watching and you'll find out that that's not true. Anyway. Yeah, so there we go. We're gonna have our... What up, intern? How's it going, man? So we're gonna have our sorting system. Here's where it's gonna get complicated, right? I think that we're gonna do this as a generic holding area right here. Here's where I'm gonna have to experiment a little bit. Okay. Generic holding, I'm gonna go ahead and put a T. Let's do... Oh yeah, that's always a good idea. I always do that anytime I buy a game. I'll watch somebody stream it. Okay. It is about engineering spaceships. I don't know. You will discover what it's about here in a second. Okay, so I think that I actually need to do this correctly. We need to alternate these top ones. This would be easier if I use the regular ones, but rule of cool applies here, so it's about resource gathering is really what it's about. Yeah, rule of cool is always important. Okay, so here's where we put our sorter, right? Is there a sorter pipe, or is it only in the... Okay, that'll work. So, from here... Where's my arrows at? Okay, this way. From here... that's gonna go here, right? It's gonna go over there. So that section is going to be raw material. Well, no, because raw materials will get pushed into these. So I think that components need to be over here. Right? Because raw material we don't actually have to pull because it can be stored in these as long as it's not... I think I might be overcomplicating this. I think that I think this will work. So I would say that what this game is about is it depends on what stage of the game you're at. At first, it's about building the coolest ship you can get, and then it's about being annoyed that you don't have any resources and engineering ways to get more resources a lot quicker. That's the way I play it anyway. Because I don't want to have to do this. I want, like, ridiculous amounts of resources held in this base right here. This could be our assembling factory, like our assembling facility, I guess. So I don't know, maybe we'll put assemblers in at some point. Alright, let's go ahead and make that one. Right now, I am making a, I will show you in a second, but I'm making a mining slash, production facility. So these things right here, which they're going to be a little hard to visualize because of the wireframe state that they're in right now, but these are cargo containers. These are meant to hold ridiculous amounts of materials. These are this right here, mining drill. I'm gonna use that to drill stone, which then carries up through these pistons, which you'll see the function of in a moment. Right around through here, piped over to here, and where they are then refined by these things, which I haven't fully completed, but these two are finished. And then ideally, then it would go right back through here, over to here, and then get shunted over to this cargo container. So ideally, the idea here is I take stone, I make it into things I can use, and then I never have to go mining again. At least not by hand. And because I like flying large ships around, I kind of want to make my assembling area separate. I know that kind of handicaps me a little bit, but it gives me a reason to build a space truck, and I want to build a space truck. Okay, I don't need you. I need those two. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like in practice here in a second. More thunder? Alright, because I think that we have enough to actually put this to the test here. Alright, so this is a sorter, so this is going to pull materials, whatever we want over here. So we're going to go with black, we're going to go with whitelist, and this is going to be... So this one I think needs to be ingots. Right? So if you're new to the game, ore is raw ore before it's refined. Ingots are after it's refined, right? So this one, I'm going to pull ingots over to here. Right? So basically all of my ingots should end up in this stack right here, in theory. So now that we got that set up, let me put this on drain all actually. I think I forgot to do that. Yep. So then it should automatically pull over to this one. So now let me I don't have another area deal to grab my pistons from. Alright. So these are going to need to be at 0.1. So let me kind of try to explain this a little bit. So right now, I'm putting scaffolding up because eventually I'm going to build all of this, right? I need a larger scale than what I have the ability to build. Oops. This needs to come down. Hold on a second. I've noticed things and I need to fix the thing. Alright. We're not doing Dutch angles. Alright. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The, this facility is going to be, I need more scale than what I currently have the ability to build, right? So what I'm doing is I'm prioritizing the things that I need right now today. So the other scaffolding is, once I have this up and running and I can go ahead and I can like generate the materials that I need, then we're gonna go ahead and finish all of this other stuff to kind of scale it up. Right? But right now I don't have the materials to actually build all of this stuff. Okay. Let's see. So, let's do drills. So it is working. I only have one refinery active right now. Alright. So, this is going to go down, drill out stone, and hopefully maybe hit some ore, but okay, that's working. Yeah, way more. This is a really cool game. I can play this for hours on end. Okay, sorter is working as well. Where's my refinery? I've seen some, like, crazy stupid things that people can build. Why is my refinery not working? Or is it working? I hear it working. Maybe it's just working so fast. Wait a minute. Nope, okay, here we go. Okay, it is working. It's just not... We're not producing enough stone to justify the second refinery. But that's fine. Alright. So, this mine's down. I'm going to leave this running for a little bit. And so... in theory... I'm trying to find a terminal. I think I might have blocked all the terminals off. Okay, here we go. So this should hold all of my stuff that's already built, right? Ingots. I'm pretty sure you only get iron, nickel, and silicone out of this, out of stone. But that's fine, because those are the essential building blocks. This other one, if I can find it, should be holding our excess stone that doesn't fit in the refineries. Which I think is nothing right now because we're not... Nope, okay. It is working. Sweet. Alright. Okay. So now, let me stick a assembler on this base somewhere so I can make use of all of this. Well, I kind of want to make the assemblers separate. So I think that what I'm going to use this base for, I want to be able to dock to it, pull out huge amounts of already made components, and take them somewhere else. Right? So, I need a component area. So we're going to make a stack... I guess on this side, how do I want to do this? I think that we want to stack ores and ingots higher than components, right? Well, okay, hold on. We're gonna think this through. So you can carry 421,000 liters per. I feel like a stack of 3 is probably high enough. Because that's 1.5 million almost liters total of ore and ingots. So then the component stacks we need to be 3 tall as well. And they're gonna be right, so let's put them right here. Easiest way to do it, right? These do have to be separate systems. Yes, sort of. It's not automatically. I'll show you how that works on my other one here, though. So I've already built a system over here that kind of does that more or less automatically. So I did this earlier, but I did it real quick. You go into the production tab. So like, let's say I actually do want steel plates. So go over here. It makes steel plates, and you can set that to a stupid high number, and it'll make steel plates. I might, if you want to do that like completely automatically, you'd have to run a script, which is where it gets complicated. I don't know how to program, so. But in theory, I could, what I'm probably going to do in practice is, let me see if I can find this, but, what I'm probably going to do in practice here is I am going to just queue up a ridiculous amount of components. Let's say I queue up like 10,000 steel plates, 10,000 interior plates, whatever. And I'm just going to queue up a ridiculous amount, and I'm going to let it run through and make all of that stuff. Put it in the cargo containers, and then whenever I start to run low, I'll manually queue it back up again. But if you wanted to do it automatically, you would use one of these. Which I'm just going to throw right here for the sake of demonstration. Alright. So this right here is essentially a script thing, right? So I can make, they have a couple scripts pre-made, but I don't think any of them does what you want it to do. We do custom data, and here is where you would do your script programming, which is legitimate programming, by the way. I don't know how to do that. People have done that. I'm sure somebody has made a script for this, which I might look into. So basically, you would want to go into your cargo container and check the level of different components and say, okay, if it dips below this level, queue this up. And you would run it in there. I'm not going to do that because I don't know how to program. But in theory, you could do that if you wanted to. Alright, I need to grab my steel plates. I shouldn't have deposited them. And interior. Alright. So, there's one more. What you're seeing here also is I have in this particular game I've worked for, I want to say I probably put 20 or 30 hours into this save to get to the point where I can do this, and I'm essentially every time I've done anything on this game I've been upscaling. So bam, bam, and then we have the sideways ones. Ooh, I'm about to run out of hydrogen.
You are low.
Yeah, game is really bad about telling you when you're going to run out of hydrogen. It basically waits until you're already out. Alright. Now you can automate this where you just pop it in and it takes it into the container or whatever. I'm just too lazy to do that. So, alright. And then this top one, we need to face this way. Alright, so then these ones, We're gonna have to weld this one up. I guess we might as well do all 4 of these. These ones need to be components. Yeah, and that's that's a little hotkey that I use to do what I showed earlier with the production. It's shift middle mouse. So it will, anything that's in the build queue, which I set with middle mouse, it goes in here, and then it will build anything that I don't have automatically. And I just do that because it's easier than going in there and manually figuring out the components that you need and whatnot. This is things that you'll figure out as you play the game. The little hotkeys and shortcuts and things like that. I think some of it's explained in the tutorial now. It didn't used to be, but they've gotten a little better with that. There's that one. Why do I have extra components? You buggy. That's fine. Alright. Yeah, and the some of that stuff doesn't always work like it's supposed to. Oh, and one other thing I didn't explain is to build certain blocks, you need a component. Like, so this one, for example, it's a light armor block. This you need steel plates for to put a scaffolding down. And then if you want to weld it up, you have to have 25. And then like this one here, this one you need an interior plate to start with. And then you need all this other stuff that's on the side on the bottom right there to weld it up the rest of the way. Whoops, wrong button. Yeah. So I've kind of gotten to where I do that sort of thing without thinking. So, like, as you get better at the game, you don't really have to think about it as much. Alright, so we want a sorter. That goes that way. Although it probably should be rotated to where I can see it from the other direction. Like that. Back in the day, you used to actually have to remember what all went in it and manually queue it up. And then the build planner drastically sped up building when they put that in. I'm super glad they added that. Okay, so this does need to be a drain all, and it needs to be a whitelist for components. Alright, so components should go into that stack. And then this side, should we build one for ammo? I don't feel like we need that much ammo. I think we can do ammo manually. I don't really fight a whole lot, so. Alright, so this is general. This is ore. No, wait. Ore is. This is ingots. This is components. I don't think that we need ore. I think that ore can just go in general. I don't think we need to manually sort that. So then what else do we need? We need... We could put another general on the other side. The problem, though, is if I actually, if I connect, like for example, if I connect this to the main system over here, then it will pull, it'll start looping and lag me out. And the reason for that is because this right here is set to drain everything that is a component into this one. So like for example, if I connect here to here, then it'll drain from here to here, and then it will detect that it's in here, and it'll go, whoop, okay, we need to keep pulling it, keep pulling it, keep pulling it, and you start looping around. And the game is pretty good about performance anymore, but that annoys me because it gets hard to see what you actually have because it's flickering around. So I'm trying to avoid that if we can. So we need a way to get ingots from here to the assemblers and then to the components. The easiest way to do that. All right, so I don't think we need another stack here. So what I'm gonna do is the rest of this is gonna be assemblers. So we're gonna end it right here. Assemblers are pretty compact, aren't they? I forget. You're an assembler, right? Yeah. Yeah, you guys are compact. So I think that we could probably do... Well, we're gonna boost them all. I don't know how many assemblers we need. I kind of feel like we can fill this space out here with assemblers and it should be fine. Well, there's no reason to limit ourselves on assembly speed. Don't explode. Okay. I'm already getting laggy. I think probably because the drill has reached the end here. If I had to guess. Yep. So we're gonna pull the drill back up. Alright, we have created our... I think this is the third doom hole that I've made this game. As soon as that comes back up, I'm going to look at it because the doom holes fascinate me. I don't know why. There's something about staring death in the face. Anyway. Yeah. This is going to be a giant doom hole when I'm done with it. I think that is all we need to actually... We got like a little hill area here that's going to be kind of annoying. I might break out the ship miner. Do I have that over here? I forget. No, all I brought was the welder. Yeah, that's 20 kilometers away. We don't want to go get that. That's the... So one of the other ships that I need to build is I need a like a towboat, whatever it's called. What is the space equivalent of that? Something to ferry my ships around in, other than that carrier, because that carrier is a little bit cumbersome. I need a smaller variant. Like a tow truck, space tow truck. I don't want grass in my floor. There might be a little bit of grass in the floor, I'm gonna be honest. It's just kind of how the way that this builds. So we gotta mine this entire area out though, unfortunately. Alright, this drill should be up by now. Yeah. Alright, here is the doom hole. Oh, that's not as deep as I thought it was. It's not quite a doom hole yet. Yeah, so later down the road, we are going to extend the reach of these.
Meteor storm inbound.
Ooh. So here's a fun thing that happens. Here's why we need ammo. Because you get meteors that come in, and my ship over here has turrets on it that are going to shoot them. Here they come. So it tries to shoot them out if they're going to hit any of my grids. It's actually relatively effective too, because I think it prioritizes the ones that are going to hit grids before any of the others. So like, if a couple of them hit the ground, it's not that big a deal. But you don't want them to hit your grids, so that's why you have to have turrets on everything. That, and there's pirates, but I haven't actually, I think you have to download a mod to get them to actually attack you on planets, because I've never seen pirates on planets. Alright. So we're gonna dig this out. Okay. We don't need to go that deep. I just want to get it to where there's not going to be grass poking through the floorboards. That would be dumb. That's probably good enough. Alright. I think we'll go ahead and stuff the rest of this with assemblers. And, just as a kind of a change of pace, maybe we'll put them... there's not really a good way to connect them. We'll figure something out. I struggle a little bit with making some of this industrial stuff aesthetically pleasing. Most of the stuff I build is functional more than anything else. Why lag? Lag why? Lag please. Oh, I'm out of steel plates. Too many moving components, maybe. And shadows. Okay, there we go. Eventually we're gonna weld all that up. But for right now we're gonna leave it alone because I don't have the steel plates. Okay. So this is the component stack right here. Correct? I think. Which means that's our end goal, and the ore is right here, so let's go from the ore stack over to here. I think that actually lines up, but I want a sorter so that we don't get a feedback loop. Alright. And now, unfortunately for this part, I think that I do have to build all of these to get them to work. We could go through the wall for that, maybe. Because I want this to be flush right here. Well, I don't see that it matters. We'll go one out. How about that? We'll go, whoops. this can be the wall right here. It'll be a little bit uneven, but that's fine. Okay. So then we turn the assemblers. Oh, you know what? We have to go 2 out because we have to have the upgrade modules. This is an absurd amount of assemblers, by the way. Like, we should be able to build components in the millions with these, in theory. Like, this is like a Factorio setup right here. I'm gonna go ahead and loop it all the way around, since we're doing ridiculous things today. And that works out. Okay, sweet. Oh, sweet. It all works out. I love it when a plan comes together. Alright, so you need to be the other direction. You are components only. I think that's right. Where's my arrows? Okay, there we go. Your components. This one here. Neither one of these need to be on drain all, I think. Also. This one here. By the way, when you're placing these, the arrows on the top of it indicate which direction it goes. So you are ingots. Actually, you know what? I don't think that one matters. Come to think of it. Because we've already filtered the ingots right here. So this should only be ingots. And as long as we have this one set to components, we should be good. No, I'm gonna leave that in there anyway, just for redundancy. So we can still technically use this, even though it's not fully up and running yet, because I can manually withdraw from the assemblers if we need to. Alright. Let's go ahead and set these up. I should probably be naming these too. I don't think you need to be on drain all. I think that we can just whitelist what we need to whitelist here. So you need to be ingots. Whitelist ingots. And you are assembler output. And same with you, except for you need to be components. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and rename these ones, just so that there's no confusion. These are, I guess, a little bit redundant. So this one is ingot output, ingot input actually, and all that's correct. Ingot input. This one is component input, just in case. These are both redundant. Because of the way that I'm going to set this up. Alright. So let's go ahead and build all of these. I don't know if I'm going to have enough iron for all of that. Hopefully my doorbell didn't ring and I'm ignoring it. The dog barks like that sometimes. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of components. I think we're going to forego the the upgrade modules for now. What are you barking at? Sounds like nothing to me. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this one as the master. I think cooperative mode puts them as... I think cooperative mode makes it a slave, right? This is what I don't remember how that works. I'm pretty sure if you mark it as cooperative mode, that means it's a slave and it'll only pull from the other one. I think that's how that works. Oh, shit. Wait. Okay, this isn't gonna work. We're gonna have to do a different setup because there's no input on this side. You know what? What we can do, we'll just flip this one. Wait. Shit, that doesn't work at all. We just have to redo this. So if you're confused, the inputs are these little, you see that little like box on the front? That's an input. And unfortunately we don't have an input. We also don't have an output on the top. Oh. I did not consider this. That's fine. We can make this work anyway. We're just gonna have to do it in a weird way. So this setup here isn't gonna work because we don't have an output. So we actually need this to move back, which I think means we have to redesign the whole room. Okay, hold on. Free up my inventory a little bit. So I think that the way this is gonna have to work, because we need them facing this way, we just have to have two spaces because I have to have sorter and then down for the conveyors. Is there an input on the top actually? I forget. Nope, and we need the top for upgrade modules. So actually, you know what would make more sense? You know what we could do? Instead of redesigning the whole room, I mean, we do have to redesign the whole room, but also we can check our sorting system here. So, I mean, in there, it should have gone, it should go to the input, which it is doing. Kind of slower than I would prefer, but that's fine. It'll be fine in the long term. Yeah. So these need to be up one. The easy way to for now I'm going to put some scaffolding here. We actually do need a way to connect these permanently, though. Can we put... We can't put upgrade modules. What's a good way to... You know, they're going to be connected... We don't have to do any of this. We have to do... we can connect them with the sorters. Yeah, that'll be fine. I need my interior plates back. Come here. Okay. Here's how we're going to do this. It's much easier than what I'm making it. So we just put it like that. And then that way we have every direction we can put. So for those of you that don't know. See these little squares on the bottom? Those are slots for upgrade modules. You have to put an upgrade module only on those slots or it won't work. And I want to fill every slot if we can. So basically we're just going to have them up in the air like that. And that way we can put one module here, two modules here and here, and one on top. And that way they're max speed. So that's how we're going to do it. Does mean I have to build my piping first, but that's fine. So, yep, that's right. Okay. I thought I messed that up a little bit. It's okay. So we curve and continue. I just have to build my piping before I actually build the rest of this because it hangs off of the piping. Wait, why is that messed up now? Oh no, it isn't. Just kidding. I just did it wrong. So this needs to be a curve. Yeah, so then that should put us on the level with this. Okay, sweet. It worked! Where's my export? Here we go. You need to be facing the other way. Like so. I should have components in here for all of this stuff. Oh, just kidding. We don't have components for any of that. Let me just grab all the stuff out of here. Here we go. Just give me all the things.
Energy low.
Yeah, and there's another mechanic for now. I'm in survival mode right now, not creative. Creative, this is irrelevant, but in survival mode, like I'm in, you do have to recharge your suit. Otherwise, so if you're on a planet that doesn't have oxygen, which this one does, but if you don't have oxygen, you have to do that or you die. On this planet, the only thing that happens is I can't use tools if my energy runs out. Also, hydrogen gets consumed with the jetpack, which I've been using quite a bit because I'm too lazy to walk around and do this on the floor. Okay. I need you. I need you. I need a you. I need a you. I need you. I guess we may as well just go down the line here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We don't have anything in the blue. Okay, let's start over. I forget what was in the build planner and what wasn't. We're just gonna go down the line. I do want to do this one first, though. Alright. I'm like 98% sure that we already have all the stuff built for this. Oh, just kidding. I lied. Yeah, we don't have any of that. We may be out of materials. No, we got plenty. I think. We might be out of iron. Which is good timing as long as we can get one of these assemblers built. Because I can move all of my assembly stuff over to here. Although we do need to build these first. Alright, you are assembler input. I need you to whitelist ores. Wait, I need you to whitelist ingots. Okay, and I don't need you on drain all. That'll be fine. I do need to build. Let me prioritize the stuff that we actually need here. So we need these two. And then we can start assembling things with the ore and not have to manually drag it back and forth. Okay, hopefully I actually have all that stuff. And I don't have to build any of that. I just have a full inventory. Hopefully. Because if not, we have to manually grab some of that iron. Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay. This is fine. Just means I have to do a little bit of manual labor. It's fine. I have to manually drag. Where are my this is components? Where's my ore? My ore is up here. It needs to go. I need iron, and that needs to go in here. Well, I need iron and silicon. And that need to go in here. Wait, that need to go in here. Very good. I need. Let me just make what I don't have. What do I need? Okay, we should be good. So that should, okay. That should be the last little bit of manual dragging, manual resource management that we should have. So now the downside of this is because of the system that I've got, once ore or once ingots go into this system here, they don't come out ever. Because this is a one-way street. Which is probably fine because I can't think of a scenario where I would need raw materials anymore from this base once I get this up and running. We should be able to export ingot or components, but we shouldn't have to do anything else. Sweet. Alright, that should be automatic from here. And this shouldn't pull anything right now until it gets requested. So let's say I want okay, so it should pull iron as needed. Very nice. Let's go ahead and build the rest of this now. I'm just gonna go ahead and run from here on out because I think we're out of iron anyway. Of course, the assembly speed is a little slow on this end because we don't have any upgrade modules yet, but it will get exponentially faster the more assemblers we get. Alright, while that's cooking, I'm gonna be right back. Go take a bio break real quick. I will return. Oh, I forgot about cobalt. Okay. That's right. Cobalt is the only thing I don't get from stone, so there is a little bit of mining that I still have to do here, unfortunately. Yeah, there's a lot of materials in this game, by the way. Luckily, I think that we have some cobalt on the carrier right now, but in the future we are going to need cobalt. So we have to ship cobalt into this area. Let's withdraw from here if we have any of this, because I think we do. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have the metal grids that I need, at least to get this automated. I'm gonna leave the names of these alone, I think, because other than the master here, which I need to designate for my purposes. Okay, you need to be... Okay, you're the master. The rest of these... The rest of these need to be on cooperative mode. Did that work? So in theory now, this one here, everything should be pulled to the other ones. Which if they're at the same speed, should be good for me. Alright, we're gonna run out of grids here, unfortunately, but... we don't have any, cobalt. The only downside is it's going to be difficult for me to cancel production queues. Because I think I have to go through all of these other slaves. See? Which I guess it's fine if we accidentally put cobalt. If we put cobalt in the system and we accidentally make a couple metal grids, it's not the end of the world. We have plenty of storage. So... let me grab from the carrier first. Because I know we have cobalt. We probably have metal grids over here. That might be all the metal grids we need. They don't take very much. This is what's going to take the most. 24... Okay, I think we might be good on metal grids, so everything else we can make over here. Very good. And... incidentally, how much stone do we have? I'm curious, because this is off of one drill. I think the refineries are still working, last I saw. Or, well, we only had 2 of them, but... we have so many. Okay, I guess they're not working. So they're done, which means our components... our ingot list is correct. It might have gotten pulled into here already. Nope, here we go. Okay, we are gonna struggle with iron. Using stone, which is why we're using absurd amounts of stone. Because I don't think we're going to have enough iron even for this. Maybe we do. Here's the downside of putting everything on cooperative mode, is it all gets sucked into the other assemblers. Yeah, we're out of iron. No, we're not. Why aren't you pulling iron from this? I'm so confused. Why aren't the rest of you pulling iron from this one? It no work. Why no it work? Maybe if I put it... maybe if I put the iron in the actual... input here. Oh, I can't go backwards, can I? I have to do this manually. But if I put you right here, does it work like it's supposed to? Sounds like it does. I'm hearing audio cues like it is. I guess they don't pull out of each other, they only pull what they need in general through the whole system. But it is working, so... Okay, I guess I'm not going to question that a whole lot. Alright. So you need to be components. I think you do need to be a drain all. You are components, and you need to be a drain all. Whoops. Drain all components. Means you should be pulling extras that we built. Sweet. Alright. So that works. Oop. And I'm gonna name these cargo containers as well before I get any more of them, because it's a little complicated when I have this many. Okay, that's too long. That's a mouthful. This is 2 technically. There we go. Wait, no, this is 1. Wait, no, this is 1 because of the way I set this up. OCD. Sorry, that's how it's gonna be. Okay, don't do that. Game a little derpy sometimes. Okay, component cargo container 1. Fortunately, it puts it alphabetically in a different spot than all the other ones, but that's fine. Okay, you need to be component cargo container 3. Shit. Game. Three. Okay. Okay, so when I search cargo, we should have 3 components. Correct. Alright, sweet. There's 1 incomplete, which I guess we might as well build. Now we can test our array of assemblers here. It's so fast! Except for we can't do the metal grids, unfortunately. We should be withdrawing out of here. Yeah, can't do the metal grids, unfortunately. I think we're gonna have to grab those from over here, but we will have to. So we're gonna have to input cobalt. That's the only thing we should have to mine right now is cobalt. And like if we have anything specialty, like we would need silver, for example. All right. So you're the first one in the chain. I'm gonna put you as general cargo container, maybe. None of you have. All right, this one will have to work. You are general. General. You're 1. General, and you are 2 right here. I'm doing this for my own sanity later down the road when I have to inevitably change things about this system, because I need to be able to know how I did it, because I'm not going to remember. So it needs to make sense. And this is worth it, as I have discovered. Because there's been several times where I've made a system that I don't fully understand looking back at it. And I'm like, man, how did I do this? And it gets super confusing. Okay. So then these 3 are ingots. There are some similarities to this and the little bit that I know about programming also. Because naming, this is kind of like the equivalent of commenting out your lines or whatever and explaining what you did so that you can fix it later. Okay, so this is the basic principle of this system, right? So general stuff goes in here, which is probably mostly going to be stone. This is kind of a holding area. This goes over here to that, and we share stone through this system here. The minerals, when they're done, go through here to here, hang out in these three, which they're then turned into things by this. They go through here to here, and this is the endpoint of the system. And from here, there's no reason for this to attach to the rest of the system, I don't think. This should go to whatever docking ports that I want to make for transport. Alright. So let's go ahead and queue up. Where's my master assembler? Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can go right here. Let's go ahead and queue up. We don't need you. Let's go ahead and queue up a couple thousand plates. I know we're going to need that. I know we're going to need interior plates. Let's queue up a couple thousand of those. Let's queue up construction components. The easy stuff here. Girders. And pretty much anything that's iron based. Because I know we're going to need it. Computers. Steel tubes. Stuff to build more drills, basically. I don't think that we need any of this. We should preemptively maybe do this. Displays, we probably don't need as many of those. And we're out of components. So ideally, I should just be able to come over here, put whatever on the build plan, or come over here, zip it out, go over there and not even think about it. Because, here's the other reason I named this, by the way. Because now I can say component. This is the components that we have. I think this is going to make it much more efficient to build. We don't have any more iron right now, which is kind of unfortunate. I feel like that's probably enough to build a couple more drills, though. So we can get that process kicked off. Let's start with these two. So this should grow exponentially, our abilities here. Alright, so we pull out of here. Oh, we didn't make enough steel tubes. That's fine. We can steal from this for temporary purposes. Because I think we still have a little bit of iron. Yeah. Alright, we are going to need a little more for the actual drill, though. So ideally, this should make it exponentially better, right? We need you, and we need you. That's the only thing we need left. We'll go from here first. We're going to prioritize this. Yeah, we didn't have nearly enough iron. That may be the other thing that we have to pump in there is iron. So our next priority needs to be a truck, I think. Or an iron mine, depending on how we want to do it. We could do something like this over an iron area. Alright, let's do round 2, fight! Let's double our resource capacity. And you should be in the same group, even though, yep, alright. Sweet, and reverse should work, correct? Yes, alright. The doom hole grows. And by the way, here's the animation, because I like animations and how they work. That's the way that it's gonna work. Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh well, actually, it will. It will break through because it's 1.5 blocks. That's right. All right, we let that go for a little bit. The refinery should be working, which means this should be filling up. Right? Maybe not this one specifically, but yep, they are. I think all of our iron right now is being sucked into the assemblers. Because we queued up a ton of stuff. But in theory, we should have a buffer right here. And also, this should be general here. So we should have, in the general, we should have stone, which we do because we always are going to be producing more stone than we're actually consuming because of the way that the drills work. So basically, the drills will build up a buffer of stone, and the buffer, these will buffer the refineries, and the refineries will take what they need as they need it, and slowly and surely turn it into ingots. Right. I don't know what that was. Maybe a coffee ground slipped in there somehow. An unground piece of coffee bean. I don't know. Alright. We could build a cool little walkway or something here, maybe. For aesthetic purposes. Maybe later on down the road. But they are working. They are pumping out components, which means you three should be filling up. I might have overdone my storage, but that's fine. I want to overbuild this is what I'm going for. Yep. We're a little slow on certain types of components. I think probably because we're lagging on nickel. We're gonna need a lot of these. Whoops, this is not the master. Where's the master? Yeah, we're lagging on iron is what we're lagging on. And I think nickel. No, it's just iron. We're gonna have way too much gravel. So we might think of a way to dispose of the gravel somewhere down the road. The hell does gravel get used for? Is there anything that takes gravel? Wait. No. You take gravel. The reactor components take gravel. But we're not going to build those in the capacities that we need, so we might just dump it. Does anything take gravel? It takes data pads, but again, we don't need very many of those. So that's just gonna back up, and same with this. Like, yeah, they take gravel, but we're not gonna build absurd amounts. These are mostly gonna be magnesium. Ooh. Uranium, which we don't have. Yeah. So we don't really have any use for gravel beyond a certain point. This is where I wonder if we shouldn't, like, make a dump area where we dump all our gravel. Because we're going to have a lot of gravel. Have we reached the bottom yet? I think so. We can find out by looking at the drills here. Nope, they're still going. Not in the quantities that they should be, though, so let's go ahead and pull them back up. Yeah, they're done. I guess we can... Yeah, we'll toggle them off. It's fine. We'll pull them back up. And we're going to double again. Double it and give it to the next person. Because I'm hoping that we've made enough components to continue doing this. Damn it. This might not be as effective as I thought it would be. I think we need to prioritize different things. Like steel tubes. We really have enough of everything else, but we need steel tubes. So, where's my master assembler? This is the downside, is if you don't have the materials, it will go ahead and pull from the master assembler to all the other ones, which is really annoying if you want to prioritize things. But we should be doing steel tubes next on most of these. I mean, we don't need all this crap. We have enough of this. Maybe the motors. I guess we'll let that one. We can micromanage a little bit and let that one build. Alright. So we are, unfortunately, not very effective. Stone is not a very effective material here. So mining is still going to be a thing. So this may be supplementary rather than replacing my mining completely. Because I was really thinking that this would be more efficient than it is. Surely we have this. Yeah, okay.
Energy
Alright,
low.
run another one. Not you. Run another one. Good thing is we seem like we have enough energy here. Yeah, technically they're outputting more than they're inputting, but I think that when we're not actively drilling, I think that swaps. So we should be alright. Might as well do hydrogen while we're here. Alright. So it's not ideal. Not as good as I thought it would be. But the good thing is we will have the infrastructure, drill or no drills, to process large amounts of ore very quickly. Let's move to the next one, which would be this one here. Let's do middle out. I feel like those are the hardest ones to get to. So you, and then junction, down. Okay, that's the bottom there. We're gonna go ahead and pull them up. I guess that one's moving a little slower, but that'll be fine. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pull them up. Cut the power. Okay, we at least have enough for that. Let me up. Game, please. Whoops. Shit. Get me out. Before it blows stuff up. Please. That's less harmful. Okay, we have one, this one's out of sync, so we have to, yeah, so we cannot. Not sure why it did that. That's a little concerning. Yeah, we don't want it to blow stuff up. That was almost very bad. I think that we're good because these are still retracting and this one's on retract. So hopefully it's fine. It may be because I toggled it after it was in the build planner. Okay, I guess it's fine now. I don't know why I did that. It's a little concerning. Okay, so we are exponentially advancing our component ability here. I think maybe we just built a little too many steel plates and not enough, like our ratios were a little bit wrong. But we are mining more than we are consuming. So that's good. Okay, so you're retracting. You're just retracting at a different rate. Wait a minute. Do I have to manually set these because they weren't complete? Hold on. What's your rate? No, you're right. Why are you at 10? Why is your velocity wrong? Okay, you definitely don't need to be like that. A couple of these are a little bit messed up, but I don't know why. So you should all be at 0 meters right now. So maybe I should manually extend and retract rather than reverse. Which means I would need to set up a console or button, but okay, we should be fine. I don't know why it was like that. It's a little weird. We had one that was being a little funky for some reason. Luckily not one that was needing to be drilling. Otherwise we would have blown things up. Okay. Let's go ahead and do another excursion here. So I guess we can't build these while they're in motion, is what we're learning. One other thing that I should probably factor in is that the pistons are exponential the more you have. So because there's 3 pistons, they're at 0.3 velocity rather than 0.1. So maybe they should be at 0.01 or 0.05 is what they should be at. I mean, it's fine apparently since these drills aren't getting hurt, but I'm discovering limitations as we go, I guess. So we definitely can't build anything while it's running, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't think that's a problem. It's pushing a little bit against the ground, which isn't great, but I think it should be all right. It's a little bit clang inducing. So we maybe should reduce the velocity to 0.05. Let's do it on the group. So, oh shit. No, that's fine. I don't know if that actually works. It might not work for values below 0.1. I don't know how many decibel points these actually go out to. It seems slower. No, it's definitely slower because it's okay, so it's working, it just doesn't display. Alright, I'm pretty sure we hit the bottom before, so we're gonna go ahead and bring them back. And if we didn't, that's fine. Alright, so I guess while they're retracting, we can't actually build anything. Unless I'm maybe just paranoid. I wonder if we can build 2 at a time. All right. Let's see if it'll allow. Let's see if it'll start them up. Okay, good sign. You stay there. 'Cause I really don't want you to do that. It should be retracting right now, technically, so it should be fine. Okay, I think we're fine because they're retracting. Okay. Good. I think maybe it was because I was going down with the other ones that did that, because technically they're still being commanded even though they're not incomplete and can't do anything. So I think that's what the issue was. So we shouldn't break anything by doing this. Okay, sweet. We are building components exponentially. That's what I want. That's what I like to see. So it's inefficient, but it's still better than it's still better than going out and mining like we were before. Alright, we might as well go ahead and do another dive here. Oh yeah, that's definitely slower. That's good. Okay. So, how are we doing here? We got a backlog, that's a good sign. Granted, we only have 2 refineries up right now and they're not boosted, but that's a good sign. It's working like it's supposed to. I should probably be checking these to make sure that they're not being damaged. That one's fine. That one's fine. Okay, so we should be good at that rate. Let me out! Okay. Okay, how's our production coming along? I think we're done. We still don't have any cobalt, so that we won't be able to do. We have a backlog. That's a good sign. So let's go ahead and we're gonna need. I know we need a lot of these. We need a lot of these. These. Oops. I need to be doing these in the master for efficiency purposes. We need a ton of these. We need a lot of these. We need these. We need these. Right now we're going to prioritize the drill components. So actually the way we can do this, we can go in here and say I want drills and I want pistons. Alright. We definitely do not have 500,000 worth of iron, so that should tide us over for a little bit. But that's the kind of production that I want long term. So actually we probably should tone that down a little bit because we don't have that yet. Yeah. Let's tone that down just a hair. I think that's probably enough to chew on for now. Uh-oh, I don't like those noises. Are we full? Don't make those noises, please. Especially if you're... Why are we making those noises if we're... Okay, this one here is going too fast. So the drill pistons, the velocity we need to be at, let's say, we'll go negative 0.01. That seems pretty slow, right? Seems a little too slow, but we will go slow and steady so we don't blow stuff up. 0.01 I think is the slowest that they can possibly go. So it's this one here that's the problem because we haven't drilled all the way to the bottom yet. We're gonna bring them back up because I feel like we have enough to build one of the next ones. We're gonna scale up here as fast as we can. The problem with stone is it really only works at scale. Should have enough of a component backlog to successfully do this. Be making noises on me now. Alright, let's do the outside one on this side. The good thing is, the more of these we build, the faster we can build them. That's what I mean by the exponential scaling. Which in turn means we collect ore faster, which means we build components faster, and the whole thing speeds up exponentially. The bad thing is, because I wanted to do this manually instead of self-replicating the drills, we do have to manually grind the drill down and extend it once we get done with building all of these. I think that what we might want to do is put welders. Well, I don't know how you would do this automatically, because the further down you go, when you go further down, the welders are going to be out of position. So you would have to weld up different welders, and you would have to find a way to replicate the welders downward as well. It's doable, but it's difficult. That could get really complicated really quickly. What's our stone backlog like right now? We might not need to drill anymore for now. Yeah, we got plenty of stone. So actually, I think that what we need to do here is we need to get a couple more of these going. Because I think that's our bottleneck. Ah, metal grids. That is going to be a problem. The one thing that we are going to have to manually source for this is cobalt, because that's always going to be a bottleneck. Right now, I think I have enough cobalt over here to do that, just to coast off of for a little bit. But long term, we do need a source of cobalt, which technically we have one, but I need to find one over here. Okay, so that doubles our refining capacity right there. Okay. They're still pulling more stone somehow. You know what I bet's happening is I bet there's some stored. I bet there's a backlog in the drills as well. Yeah, there is. The drills are full. But it should still be pushing out of the drills into the refineries. So it should go into the refineries first, and then it should get pulled into the general ones. Because the way that it works, if you don't have a sorter, is it essentially pushes it up the line. So the refineries will pull what they want, and the drills it'll stay in the drill until the drill's full, and then any additional should be pushed down the line. So that's what this is anything that wouldn't fit in the refineries went into here, and then it'll get pulled out of here eventually into the refineries, because that's a two-way street, because I haven't put any so that should work. We're gonna have some backlog in the drills, which is, I don't know, I guess it doesn't really matter except for OCD purposes, because I don't like having stuff in the drills, but it shouldn't matter. The drills, the downside of this is that the drills will always be full until this is empty, I think, because I feel like it pulls from this before it pulls from the drills. But from a practical standpoint, that really doesn't matter that much. It's the same difference as long as we're not losing materials. So the ingot storage, how's that doing? We're backing up on iron. That's a good sign. So I think our production queue is probably done. That's what it looks like. Which is impressive, because that was a pretty impressive queue that we had. Yeah, now we're talking. Look at that. And that should increase exponentially the more I queue up. Right now, I don't think we need to queue anything. I think we can leave it like that just for building purposes, because I think that should build pretty much everything that we want to build. And we'll go ahead and, because right now our bottleneck is refining speed. So we're going to... Unfortunately, we need metal grids for that, which is cobalt. So that's going to be our bottleneck until we get cobalt in the system. So then what we really should do is we should find a source of cobalt and build a mini version of this. I need to figure out a way to self-replicate. I guess that won't really work with cobalt because the source of cobalt is only so big, and so it'll only go down so far. So it really doesn't matter. What we need is a way to empty the source and bring the raw ore back and put it in the system. So we're gonna go back to, we need to build a mining ship. This should mostly work. Yeah, so my problem here is that the only components that we can actually build are these ones right here from this, which is the basic, all of the basic stuff we can build from this. I think power cells, yeah. So all of the basic stuff we can build. Anything more advanced, like metal grids, medical components, explosives, yeah. Pretty much just metal grids, really. We can build everything but metal grids. Oh, and superconductors and things like that. But anything advanced, we're going to have to hand build. But everything else, we should be able to do this. I want to, let's see if I can find a script that does this for me automatically so we can minimize that. Hold on. I'm gonna look on the workshop and see if I can find a script. Okay. So, because I am far too lazy to do this myself, and someone has probably done this, because, okay, why are we lagging? Okay. Here we go. So let's sort by script. Okay, we're gonna have to search, I think. Yep. So, sort by script, and we're going to find maybe item. It's a really specific thing that I need, so it might be kind of hard to find. A lot of cool things that I really don't need. Cargo fill levels. Okay, that's useful. Oh, it's a mod. Damn it. I want to be mostly, I don't want to do mods. I mean, I guess I'm not opposed to mods, but I want scripts. I don't want mods. Okay, let's be a little more specific. Item amount. If anybody knows one, by the way, this would be a good time to link it in chat. Because otherwise, we have to figure out how to make one. Or ignore it. Automatic inventory sorting. Not exactly what I want. I've basically already done this. Yeah, I've done this manually. I don't need to do this. I just need to figure out... I need a script that figures out No, I need a script that figures out what our levels are, what our inventory levels are, and queues things up to be produced if it gets below a certain level. Servers. Here we go. Production quota. Is it a mod? Because I really don't want it to be a mod. It's compatible with mods. It's listed as a mod, but I think it's technically a script and not a mod. Text HUD API, which I think is integrated. Adds a quota list to the assemblers in game. Assemblers will automatically add. I think this is what we want. I mean, it's technically it's a mod. It's listed as a mod. So I think with this, I think that the way that this works is it's technically a mod, but it adds it into the. I'm gonna count this as a script and not an actual mod because it adds it as a default script. I think is the way that it works. So let's see if we can get this to work. Reload. So we have to. It's technically going to be a mod, I believe. Which means that we're not, technically speaking, going to be completely vanilla. But I'm good with it. Production quota. We're going to add that one. Alright. Load back in. Now, does this do it without a programmable block? Because it is kind of, I mean, it's not technically vanilla, but okay, text HUD API, mod menu is enabled. Okay, F2. So how does this work? Let me get to a control panel here where I can physically do this. I think I want to assembler master. Is it on this? Okay. So it is technically a mod, but we're gonna run with it because it's fine. Okay, so if my construction component, if it dips below, I don't think we need more than 5,000. So let's say 5,000 of that for that. Let's do 5,000 for all of them. Interior plates need to be the same. Steel plates, maybe we'll put it 10,000. Everything else we can set to 5,000. Because we shouldn't need more than this ever at any one time. And that way we don't have to sit here and manually queue everything up. This can be closer to 2,000. I don't think we need that much. Bulletproof glass, on the other hand, we don't need it very often, but when we need it, we need a lot. So let's see. Computer should be the same. I don't think any of the rest of this we have to mess with. Solar cells. put them lower. Power cells 2, we shouldn't need more than 1,000 at any given time. Everything else we can leave alone. I don't even know what a canvas is. Everything else we can leave alone. Oh, there's fireworks. Yeah, everything else we can leave alone. So in theory here, if this works like it should automatically build up to the amount and then stop. I mean, it might go over a little bit. I'm not sure how it works. I'm not going to count this as a mod, by the way, because we're still using vanilla blocks and we're still using our vanilla cargo system, sorting system, whatever. It's just so that I don't have to go through and manually do this, because that's stupid and I don't want to do that. Alright. So that's that. So now we should have no problem whatsoever creating components. And I'm still going to say that I've done this legitimately. Still chewing through stone, although not really. So let's go ahead and send them back down.
Energy low.
Yeah. Alright, send them back down, and this is where it gets exponential. This is where it gets fun. Once that becomes exponential. Because now, we really shouldn't have to worry about resources anymore. The only thing we have to worry about is transporting said resources to various locations, and that's the part that I enjoy. Transporting them and utilizing them effectively. Alright. While these are chewing through stone, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to leave you here. Why not? I'll be right back. Okay, so we have successfully industrialized our production. Essentially, we've scaled it up. This is agonizingly slow now, but it shouldn't break anything. And very loud. My refineries. Here we go. Maybe we can bump the speed up on this a little bit. Let's do 0.3. How about that? It's a little better. That seems reasonable. And then we can add 2 more pistons before that becomes an issue again. We're going to be tweaking. The unfortunate reality of it is we are going to be tweaking it all the time. But okay. So metal grids are still going to be a problem. I'm gonna do those manually because we don't have the ability to automatically get those resources. Let's move away from these. They're noisy. They're so loud. Yeah. Yeah. So we do still have to manually mine cobalt. So while this is going, I think what I'm gonna do, we should have enough hydrogen for this, is I'm gonna bring my small miner back, because that's the kind of thing that the small one should be able to do. We're gonna dock it up to the carrier here. I think it's still at the legacy base, if I remember correctly. I don't usually like to do this. I don't know that I have 25 kilometers worth of hydrogen, to tell you the truth. We might have to fly the carrier out, which isn't ideal, but yeah, I guess that's what that's for. All right, y'all are gonna get to see the carrier in action. All right. These are automatic, by the way, which I spent way too long on. This should have been an elevator. I say that every time. Okay. Let's make sure that all of our fuel and everything is good. And also, I want to make sure that connector's not set to park. None of these should be used for parking, because that's a mistake that we made the last time. And you don't need to be used for parking. We need to put a toggle on that, which we will do later. Alright. Batteries. Check. It's always a little nerve-wracking taking this one out, because this is kind of my lifeline right now. Okay, pistons are up. These should be toggled on. Actually, they should be... Yeah, they have to be on. Thrusters. Is that on page 2? Yep. Thrusters on. Hydrogen, we should... I guess we'll leave that one off. Alright. Turn you off while we're in flight. Yeah, we'll leave that. We'll turn that on. We have quite a bit of hydrogen, and we have access to more if we need. Should have an hour's worth of flight time, so shouldn't have to worry about that. So what I'm doing here, by the way, for the people that might be a little newer to the game, I am manually, well, sort of manually, these two toggles, number 6 and number 7, are the thrust override. So I'm increasing and decreasing the thrust override until we get to a point where I didn't mark that. I didn't GPS that base, but that's fine. It's right next to the ice lake. We can find it again. But I'm increasing and decreasing the thrust override so that we can save a little fuel, because they don't have to be at 100% thrust all the time, right? They only need to be like, I need to keep my meters per second from falling, basically. But because of the way I did this, we don't have to have 100% thrust all of the time, which is what it does if you just let it, if you just hold W, it'll just stay at 100% all of the time. And you don't need to do that. You can save fuel by doing it this way. Now I do want to accelerate manually a little bit here. Because we need to go over there. I went kind of an inefficient way, but it's fine. And now because I am facing downwards, technically, I can decrease again and save a little bit more fuel. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Every time I do that, it does it by an increment of, I think, 200? Yeah, and the minimum you can do is that. If you turn that all the way off, it'll try to stop as soon as you let go because the dampers are on. Which they have to be on because I want to automatically maintain my altitude, which the dampers will do for you. That's why I have it set up like that. And that's what the bottom thrusters are for. Ooh. And also right now, because I'm not pressing W, my hydrogen engine isn't thrusting, which means it's not burning anything. I don't think. Although I guess it technically is, but I could micromanage that, and I don't think that matters. I have enough hydrogen. We're not that short on fuel. I forget when we need to start braking for this. Also, another mechanic that you'll notice is that these turbines aren't turning right now, and that's because you do have to be parked on a surface for them to work. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and start braking, which we don't do very fast. We probably will have to brake using the bottom thrusters. Like so. Because we're not very good at, the forward thrust is not very good on this thing. Hello, Doug. Hello. Alright, let's level off. And descend. I don't have a keybind set for this, so we do have to control this manually. Go ahead and leave it on when we park as well, because we don't actually we're not going to be here very long. I'm just grabbing this miner. auto lock on. I think we actually did that pretty well. Could have got a little closer, maybe. It's kind of a behemoth, though. Since we're here, we might drill into the ground a little bit as well. Alright. Did we just dock? I think we did. Yep, okay. Alright, turn them off. Turn you off. And just because we can, we're gonna make another... do some more drilling here. I don't know if they'll actually reach from there, but whatever. Just because we can, might as well get resources whenever we can. By the way, we can access through here. Okay. I made that initially because I was wanting to go to space in this thing, but I don't think that's actually going to happen. We would have to we'd have to put hydrogen on it. We'd have to retrofit basically the entire thing. I guess they will reach. Okay. Did I not park the miner over here? Oh, there it is. Okay, I just turned it off. That's fine. Alright. I just parked it up. Alright. We might take a little bit of cobalt for the road. Is there cobalt over here? Yeah. On our way out, because I know that there's cobalt over here, so might as well. This is not a great miner, but it's adequate, and it will it does mine, so you know, not in high capacities, but it does technically work, so it's good for like stuff like this where it's I want to say this one's cobalt, where we only need like a little bit. That might be another iron. Where was the cobalt? There's some. I feel like I've already made a hole for cobalt. Here we go. I think the max on this was like 60 kg, 60,000. So we'll go ahead and fill this up all the way, since we can, and since I don't know of a cobalt source at the other base, so. We'll have to do some scouting at some point. Cockpit's full, drill's almost full. Yeah. So it might have been 50,000, not 60. Maybe it's different for different materials. Game, please. Alright. I think what is this? Yeah, carrier. We do have power problems with this a little bit when it's weighted down like this, so that's part of why I was wanting to redesign a different one, but this one is adequate for now. It's not ideal, but we can do it. We can use it for the only thing we really need right now is metal grids, so that shouldn't take a whole lot of cobalt. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The bottom thrusters are not very good on this. Let's move the welder, or the, I don't remember which one of these was the, hang on. I think the one that the welder is on is the one that pulls out of the inventory automatically. Let's dock here and see what happens. Come on, game. There you go. I do need you to not throw those out. Hold on. Because it does, I have it set to throw out stone because stone is useless in this scenario, but for the larger stuff, for the larger capacities, you need that, so we definitely want to toggle for that. We're gonna toggle. Yeah, as long as you're not pulling stone out, it should be fine. There shouldn't be any cobalt in it. That's fine. Okay. And the thrusters are off. Or on. Okay. Cool. I don't know why that doesn't automatically happen, but whatever. Alright, that's building. Let's pull our drills up and get ready to head back. I need a more efficient way to take these ships back and forth. Although, honestly, I don't need that because we're going to have a main base, and then we have the carrier for longer distances, so we might not... I might be overthinking that. Alright, pull these back up. Let's wait for them to come all the way up before we leave. I don't want to hit them on anything. So that should give the refinery something to chew on. How are our batteries doing? They're alright. Technically they're outputting more than they're inputting, but that's fine. They have plenty of charge. Alright. Do we have anything queued? I guess we have that. We don't need those. We should have ammo somewhere. Yeah, you got plenty of ammo. That's fine. It doesn't really burn through ammo very fast. Okay. That's probably far enough in. Yeah, we'll wait for them to go all the way. Okay. So... Whoops. Not that button. Okay. So you need to be on. You need to be on. I need to make sure that none of these connectors are used for parking. Yeah. None of you need to be used for parking. Okay. Should be good. We're gonna save again, just for safety. In case something derpy happens. Where's my ice-based? I don't like those noises. Should be that way. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay, nothing is breaking, hopefully. Sweet. So majestic. I hear sounds of things breaking, but I don't think anything's actually breaking. Alright, this is basically our cruise control. That's how I use that. So we use the minimum amount of power to actually stay flying. I'm actually kind of impressed with how well this thing flies, considering how little thought I put into designing it. And it doesn't look half bad either. This is definitely the best thing I've made so far on this world. Oh, I forgot to close the door. Whoops. So here's what happens, by the way, when that gets triggered. It retracts the ramp and shuts the front door like that. thrust. Because we get a little higher up in the air, these are less effective the higher up you get. The atmospheric thrusters are. The hydrogen ones, I think, are about the same. I probably should restock some of the ice from this. Probably the easiest way to do that is to use the miner and shuttle it back and forth. I mean, I guess we're not using very much, so it's fine. And I'm not gonna run the engines, I don't think. The only reason I say that is because we're getting ready to use the welder pretty heavily, and that's a hydrogen-based craft, so that uses quite a bit of hydrogen. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the tilt backwards brakes again, I think. Because it just doesn't really stop. Okay, if I remember correctly, that base we were building is right there. The other direction. There's where the hydrogen is useful. Course correction burns mostly. What is rattling around in here? Maybe I'm hearing the refineries. Shouldn't be anything thrusting down. So oh, it's the rocks rattling around that I threw out. That's fine. I'm a little concerned that there shouldn't be anything thrusting down, and I don't know what is. Because I don't have any downwards thrusters, but it may be a bug. I don't think there is anything thrusting down because the power is decreasing when I do that, which means I'm letting go. I think it might just be a bug. 'Cause I don't have any downwards thrust on this, unless one of the other two craft is active, and they shouldn't be, but. Parking this thing is going to be a little bit of a struggle. It's pretty large. Not really meant to be maneuverable though. It's a mobile base slash carrier, so it's not bad. Ooh, there's cobalt right here. Alright, should be parked now. Everything off. Alright, sweet. Well, let it do its thing here. Batteries should be recharging. Yep. Barely, but I think the refineries are still running, so that should be fine. Alright. So miner is here, and we have cobalt, so we shouldn't have to mine anytime soon, I don't think. It's not a great landing spot, but I want to be able to get up into this if I don't have any, because this is my only hydrogen producer right now. So we are going to build a ramp. Just temporarily. Yeah, I don't want to clip through that. I'm kind of scared to do that. But that should be fine. Little temporary ramp there. Alright, these should be done. That's probably why we were lagging. Reverse. Pull them back up. Let's see where we're at. Doing pretty good. Not ideal, but looks like we churned through all that stone pretty well. And for components, we're almost at our limits here, except for the solar cells. Which they should be able to make. We should have silicone. I thought we had a backlog of maybe not. Okay, iron and silicone are going to be our holdups. But that's fine. It should work itself out later down the road. Okay. So there is a source of cobalt over here, which is good. You should be charging right now because there's not really anything. Yeah, there's not anything running off of these. So that should work itself out. These are temporary also. I want to make a bigger power source down the road. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave. I'll leave this, I think, but we might build a second area. All right. These are not bottlenecking me as much as I thought they would be. I think we're really bottlenecked by refinery speed right now. So maybe that should be our goal here, is to go ahead and build the rest of these. I'd like to get some metal grids in the system as well. Or cobalt, rather. Should be able to withdraw everything but metal grids, and while we're here we can see if the production thing works like it should. I don't know if it does or not. Getting a little laggy over here. I think I set it on the master, so yeah, it looks like it does. We just don't have any iron right now. But, oh shit. Well, that's going down into the doom hole. Alright. I actually need that stuff, so... Did that clear my... It did not. Okay, cool. Alright, let's not do that again. It's a little bit impatient there. Alright. Grab some of this from here. It should be mostly metal grids out of there, to be honest. Although we do have some materials there because we mined some stone while we were stopped. A little bit laggy. It's not great, but... We need metal grids. Which is going to be a sticking point. That may be a problem for next time. The metal grids. So many moving parts and things to simulate. Let's just build everything up but the metal grids, and then we'll pull the metal grids out of the carrier. I wonder if it's that script that's lagging me out here. Because it's trying to figure out what components to key up. Okay, it's mostly metal grids from here. slow, so slow in comparison. Especially because I think this one's not actually boosted like the other one is. So they don't assemble at the same speed, which is a little awkward. Okay, I don't think we actually keyed those up. That's enough for now. What we really need are more drills. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and take our little break now. That's the morning stream, and we will be back with Elite later on. I just wanted to build some of this out, flush out my some of the ideas that I had. Okay. We still have quite a bit of work to do on this. We have to finish out these drills. I wish there was a way for me to get a weld chip in there, but I don't think it's gonna happen. We probably could have done a projector, but unfortunately we didn't do that. That's the only way we could have done that efficiently. But anyway, chat. Let me save. And let's see, where are we? There we go. Alright, we actually got some stuff accomplished, which I didn't expect. This is a really awkward angle now that I look at it. I'll fix that later. But we got quite a bit accomplished. I'm happy with that. We got a lot done, and I think it was only like a 2.5 hour stream. We will return later today for some Elite Dangerous. I think I'm aiming for about 5 o'clock or so, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, we will revisit Space Engineers. We will revisit everything. I guess we will be finishing this build on stream at some point. I don't know when. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I will return later today after a little bit of a break, probably about 5 o'clock, so 2 hours if you don't want to do that in your head. And I will see you then. Goodbye.